Trink, ding, ding, throw down!
We've got front squats, pull-ups, overhead squats, chest bar pull-ups, thrusters, and bar muscle-ups.
We release these workouts right here on YouTube every Thursday at 1 p.m. again. This is our second one back, and we'll be back all the way through the open. This is our third. This is my second one, and your third one back after the. Damn it! Pardon me, Mr. Chili Willy. How spicy is this workout? Well, it's gonna be a spicy one.
This week's throwdown is three 3-minute AMRAPs with 2 minutes rest in between. The
foist.
The first is 15 front squats and 15 chin over bar pull-ups. The second is 15 overhead squats and 15 chest to bar pull-ups. And then the final AMRAP is 15 thrusters and 15 bar muscle-ups.
If you want to see scaling, movement standards, or a warm-up, check out the description below. This week, our demo athlete is Stefan. Stefan's an RX level athlete that's from Germany. He's been living on site at TTT for a while now, and this was kind of his send-off workout because he's leaving us. And hopefully he'll be back. Rumor has it he'll be back in January for our open prep camp. We already got 50 people in there, so spots are limited. We got a bunch of our on-site athletes that are going to be there, our high-level athletes. We'll be talking. Mia will be there. Brandon's not here now, but he'll be there as well. Come join us. Now time to watch the workout. Oh yeah, on the website, trainingthinktank.com/camps, fools.
Let's see the workout.
Redo.
It would have been really awkward, but we weren't talking about the workout, so let's see what, right?
This is what you say.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's a tagline.
Let's see it.
What's your strategy, my man?
Go fast on the first movements and then to have enough time to, for the gymnastic stuff. But yeah.
I hadn't thought much about
It's
it.
I think 3 minutes is short enough to start fast and then just keep going.
Start fast and keep going.
That's right.
There you have it, folks. Start fast and keep going. The Madero special. Start fast, stay fast, finish fast.
Hey, that's what you got to do.
Hey,
to
this
win.
is his last day at the gym.
Yeah, this is Stefan is moving to Washington, D.C. He was here with us for a while.
a long time.
And now we are doing front squats. What do you have to say, Mia?
So the score for this workout is total reps for all 3 AMRAPs combined. So it starts off simple, and I think you have to bank it while you have it.
Yeah, for sure. I think that last AMRAP with the muscle-ups just is hard to get a lot of reps. We won't blow any of the secrets or the scores. We get to watch this, but I think these movements are just the place where you can aggregate as much reps as possible.
Yeah, so chin over bar pull-ups. This is something I think people should practice more in training than they do. I know I don't do it very often, but they did come out in the open last year, right?
Yeah.
And it's very easy to just do an almost chest to bar pull-up, which is much harder than an actual chin over bar.
Yeah, something to consider as well is just regular kipping pull-ups. I know in our online program, I put that into the training, or I asked Brandon to put it into the training just so that people get more experience just doing a normal kip swing, just in case Boz decides that, you know, he wants to bring something back.
You never know.
Yeah.
So squat speed is probably a big differentiator in this first part. But, I mean, now they're already getting into their second set of squats, and they're not even halfway through this AMRAP. So I don't know how realistic it is to sprint the squats the whole time. I know Brandon would say to do that. But speaking from down here on Earth, what kind of strategy do you think is appropriate for that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's different for levels. Maybe an elite can be able to stay fast and unbroken the whole time. I think for RX and intermediate athletes, it's probably just trying to avoid having a really prolonged pause at the top of every rep. When Stefan comes back here, you'll see that there's a very delineated pause at every rep, which is probably about a second or pretty close to a second. So if you add that for all of the different rounds, it could be like 30 to 45 seconds just spent right there in that small pause. And if you see in the background, some of the athletes are just pausing a little bit less at the top, and it just makes the cycle rate a little bit quicker.
I know I've seen Brandon do like 3 fast reps, pause, you
Yeah.
know, that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
that could be an in-between. Because I know for me, I couldn't do 15 without pausing.
You blow up.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you do like 5 quick
Yeah.
breaths, 5 quick breaths, or
Yeah.
or 5 sets of 3, something like that.
He's doing really well on the pull-ups, though. Like, he's making up a lot of time there.
Yeah, he is a very good. I think he had a swimming background, or he's just a good swimmer. I know we went to Costa Rica, and I watched him surf with me, and his paddling and just gymnastics capability is really good. So I think for him, this is probably a less stressful component of the workout. But if you're somebody who's the opposite of that, you might have to be barbell cycling quick and, maybe taking breaks like Stefan did here in his gymnastics.
That was a quick break, though.
Yeah.
And that's on his third set, so he's already almost 45 pull-ups in.
Yeah.
You don't call him the worm in German for nothing.
Oh, is that what we call him? Stefan the worm in German?
All right.
All right, now we got a 2-minute rest. Let's see. Oh, we got the fast forward. It won't be 2 minutes, folks.
Nice. I didn't want to sit here and talk to you for 2 minutes.
Good. Same.
All right, so now we're going overhead squats.
Yep, overhead squat, chest to bar. One thing to notice about Stefan, his squat stance is very narrow. It's something he's kind of always had. If you watch Frank in the background, much wider squat stance. Something that's kind of just going to be anatomically based on how you're set up and where you're comfortable squatting. But if you're in that kind of more narrow position, you just might blow your legs up a little bit more as opposed to being able to kind of distribute force back through your hips and, less quad burn.
So the tempo there is a lot slower, which, I mean, he's already 45 squatting reps deep and now 60 squatting reps deep. Would you break up the overhead squats?
I think with the 2-minute rest, that first set, I probably wouldn't recommend breaking up. The caveat to that is the difference here is that the overhead squat, you're stabilizing the weight overhead with your arms, and then you're coming back to chest to bars where your arms are over your head again. That combination can really blow people up and mess people up. Like the overhead squat chest to bar open workout, I think it was 14.2 or something like that. That really challenged people. So I'd break it up only if you're really gymnastics limited, but not if you're just thinking about just overall energy management of that versus front squat.
I'm going to clip out that part where you explain the difference between the squats.
Okay.
So the difference with the overhead squat is that he had
his arms overhead. That's what you guys pay me for here on these free YouTube videos that you don't pay me for.
So, I mean, not even just Stefan, but watching like the line of people behind him, how much slower everyone is moving on the chest to bars compared to the pull-ups. I don't know. I feel like maybe a quick break on overhead squats might be worth it at this point. Because, I mean, we look at it as 3-minute AMRAPs, which sounds so short. But when you go, like everyone went fast in the first AMRAP, which you have to, and now you've already accumulated so many reps. I mean, he's breaking here, obviously, but
yeah. So, I mean, this interval goes from 5 to 8. So he's finished with 1 full round, and now this is his third set of overhead squats, right? He's done 2 rounds, and now he's doing his third set. So you realize that you're probably doing less work in this overall AMRAP. I don't think there's a right way to do these types of workouts. I think it's going to be hard, and you got to kind of be in the mode here where you understand this second AMRAP is probably the worst AMRAP of them because you blew up in the first, and the third one's so limited by muscle ups. So this is kind of where you need to figure out like where to be tough and how to be tough. So Mia's strategy is kind of going to be a little bit more conservative and maybe save your gymnastics, but you might want to almost take a risk here and figure out how to do like fast triples or fast 3 sets of 5 really quick there so that you can push into as much discomfort as you can here without fully blowing up.
So it reminds me of that open workout with the ascending overhead squat and chest to bar that they repeated.
Yeah.
That workout was like full panic mode.
Yeah,
like
the whole time.
That feeling, yeah.
She had a Lizzie McGuire shirt on, and I was going to film it, and then she took it off.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, and Colleen with the dance moves, and Pip. She always likes to dance.
I forget what rap song was playing, but they were all feeling it.
All right, final one.
3, 2, 1, enter the pain cave. Thrusters, bar muscle ups. So this one, the rep scheme's the exact same. And you kind of should have a context at this point that like a bar muscle up is going to be way more stressful than just normal chin over bar. So I think at this point, it's probably 15 reps unbroken, but doing it unbroken doesn't really save you that much anyway, unless you are somebody who thinks you're going to do like huge sets on the bar muscle ups. You can, like him, take a break here, but just be mindful. If you only have a 3-minute window and you take a break there, that could be a whole nother set of bar muscle ups you're potentially missing out on. So again, it's kind of like the full panic mode that you talked about. You might just have to be willing to accept it's very uncomfortable and you're going as fast as you can without pushing yourself to like full failure mode.
Yeah, like is that break in the thrusters actually going to help you be able to get on the bar faster or be able to do more sets? I feel like at this point, probably not.
I think it's just saving a little bit of discomfort because he took about a 20-second break in the middle of it, and then now he's going over to bar muscle-ups, and he's going to take another big break. So I think the cost-benefit at that point is just if you can do the thrusters unbroken, take your transitional rest, and then, you know, chip away here as big as you can. And you can see he's kind of using this uprise where he's not passing through a dip. Just be mindful of the fact that that takes a lot of energy. So, look at the little spin move.
It's his last day. He's got to...
yeah. Put on a little bit of twirly.
I guess. I don't know. I would be so afraid to fall off the bar trying something like that.
I think I'd like to do that, but by this point I'd be so sweaty that I would just sweat the bar out.
Yeah. Yeah, the press out like that, I mean, I guess he's only going to realistically do one set of bar muscle ups and maybe he gets back and does a few more, so it doesn't really matter, but I'm not a big fan of it for bar muscle ups. I think it takes too much energy and it's I mean, obviously it's faster, but it's not that much faster, and for most people it doesn't sustain and blows them up more for later. Yeah,
there's a lot more power per rep when you have to pull your, like, basically his sternum is pulling all the way to like 8 inches, 10 inches above the bar as opposed to just getting over top and pressing out. I think based on the structure of this workout, it only makes sense if you're comparing two people that are kind of going unbroken in that set. So I think just an easier bar muscle up and kind of thinking that you're trying to do a set of thrusters, one set of 15, get back, do the thrusters, and maybe sell out on the last one as an elite athlete. If not, you're basically just doing a set of thrusters and then a 2.5 minute AMRAP of muscle ups. You're just getting as many reps as you can. But if you can finish those muscle ups and get to the thrusters, these are super valuable reps in the AMRAP because these cost way less than the sets of muscle ups. So this could be a big separator for people.
For sure. Does this end at 13?
Yeah, I think done. Bam.
Good job, Stefan.
There it is.
We'll miss you.
Make sure you go buy some Creapure for all your creatine needs.
Look at that plug for Stefan.
That's where he works.
Yeah. All right, Stefan, thanks for being here all these years. We love you. Now it's time. Is it time in the video
German
to
words?
go to the whiteboard?
Whiteboard!
Scheisse! I think that means shit.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah.
I actually really liked it because I really liked doing butterfly pull-ups. And then after that, I was like,
Probably gonna throw up in a second. Nice.
The first round is a trap, and I fell for it, but learn from me, so there you go.
Mini hurt. Don't come out too hot or that 2 minutes is really short.
How was it?
Harder than expected. Yeah, the first round really blew up my heart rate and a little bit breathing, and then 2 minutes is super slow. Not enough to fully recover.
You need to pick your strengths in this workout and capitalize on them. 3 minutes on, 2 minutes off is like, and it's meant to be very intense, and it's meant for you to drop the hammer on each AMRAP. But I think you need to pick which AMRAP you want to drop the hammer on so that you don't lose a ton of reps in the next one because of that. So I think, like, if you're really good and fast at chin over bar pull-ups, then be okay with going out really fast on that first one and accumulating as many reps as you can, and then maybe letting, like, the last one, the bar muscle-ups and thrusters, because you're not just, by total volume and how long each rep takes, like, you're just not going to get as many reps as you would on the first two. So just think about that when you're planning your strategy.
What do you think of Heat 1?
Oh man, it was so good. I've never seen a heat.
What happened to your fucking head?
Travis hit me with a board.
Why?
He keeps claiming, because I was kind of a dick.
Make up a better story.
I don't have one.
Judges, tally, then bring me your scores. It's total reps.
What did you say, 1 set?
It was hard. It was hard.
Oh, sorry. You alive down there, buddy?
Give me 2 reps on the second round.
Go tally them. Okay.
I ripped pretty bad.
You ripped?
Like on the first set of pull-ups. So that wasn't fun. But I just kind of pushed at the beginning because the first AMRAP's more valuable than the last one. So you kind of just have to go hard and then hold on.
You were going fast.
I was going really fast. The bar muscle-ups got really hard though. Yeah, but it was for total reps, so I felt like I could like sell it on the first 2, and then whatever happens, happens. I was probably gonna fall off anyway.
How was it, nerd?
Nerd. Good. It was good. My low back was the limiting factor, but my plan, don't drop the barbell at all, which I stuck to, and then break up gymnastics as needed. So.
How was heat 1?
I just got here. This is great.
Heat 1 was great.
Would you do it different?
No. Nope.
You nailed it.
I nailed it.
So what was your strategy?
Execution 100. Strategy, come out hot, try and recover on the 2 minutes and keep it going.
How was it? Did you beat Caden?
No. Yeah. It's okay.
You alive?
Yeah, I'm just pissed.
How was it?
It was good, man. I mean, you just got to keep going after it. A lot of reps. But hey, you know, you got those 2 minutes rest, right? That's about it, though.
Yes, sir.
Forearm pump is real. Hurts.
It was great, actually. Yeah, I'm proud of myself.
How was it?
I wouldn't do this if you're sick.
Are you sick? Get away!
It was good. Oh, there's a lot of reps. A lot of muscle fatigue, but just had to keep going.
Any tips for the folks?
Keep moving. 3 minutes is fast. You get to rest 2 minutes after, so 2 minutes was like, it was enough to kind of recover to 80%. Then you just had to keep going, so.
Can you do the booby bounce?
The what?
The booby bounce?
I don't know. I don't know if they're big enough. I can't currently feel them. It's gonna have to be blurred.
How was it?
Okay.
You beat Gabby.
I beat Gabby.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Which one was the best of the 3?
The first one is my favorite, even though that was the most.
All right. Throwdown 164. Targets. We'll start with elite athletes. I think as a bare minimum target, 220 reps would be good here. Obviously, there's going to be some elite athletes that might not get that reps total, but we already had on site an athlete get 265. So I think this is kind of reasonable as a target for you to do the workout. The way that I thought about this was it's getting 3 full rounds. So what we saw Stefan do in the demo in that first interval, then doing 3 full rounds again in the overhead squat chest to bar, and then doing 1.5 rounds in the last thing. So getting all the thrusters, the first set of bar muscle ups, and all of the next thrusters. So I think that's a reasonable target for most elite athletes. But remember, if you're an elite athlete, that's probably a minimum starting point. If you're doing less than that, it probably means that your gymnastics potentially is something that's holding you back and should be a bigger focus in your training. For RX athletes, I had 195 reps as my target for you. Now, we watched Stefan, who is an RX athlete, doing 179 reps, which was a pretty good execution, but I'd recommend you pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. And how I backed into that number would be the same 3 rounds in the first workout, then 2.5 in the second workout. So that's doing an extra set of overhead squats than we saw Stefan do in his demo, and then doing 1 full round of the last workout. So getting the thrusters and getting the bar muscle ups in that last portion. For intermediate athletes, as a target, 135 reps, which again, backed into it, is 2 rounds of the first interval, 2 rounds of the second interval, and just the thrusters. So that's assuming you have no bar muscle ups. If that is you and you get into that component of the workout, you can check out the description for some scaling options to work around how you would do this workout without the higher level gymnastic skills. But if you wanted to do it as RX, this would be a starting point for you to set down a rep total for you to shoot for in the workout. Giving you some tips workout by workout. First workout, front squat and pull-ups. Squat speed is a major focus of those front squats. We talked about that watching Stefan in the demo. You could potentially do them fast and unbroken if you're an elite athlete. Chunk them into reps, maybe 5 quick with a quick break, then 5 quick with a quick break, and then 5 quick with no break, since you would have finished 15 as an RX athlete, or just maybe do them smooth and continuous with a break, but try to be mindful of going as fast as you can on those squats without blowing up. I'd also think about maybe as a big picture in this workout to try to bank reps. This is the easiest of the workouts, and it gets progressively harder as you get progressively more tired. So thinking about getting more reps in this first interval is definitely a good idea. Last thing here is try to have fast transitions and fast rest breaks. So if you're an elite athlete and you're getting 3.5+ rounds, you're gonna have to go unbroken and quick through your transitions. If you're not, and you're gonna be breaking it up, be mindful of the fact that you want to be urgent because you're trying to bank reps, but that urgency might be a 5 or 10 second rest break for you, whereas an elite athlete's trying to make it a 1 or 2 second. So it's all relative, but just make sure that they're fast relative to your fitness capacity right now. Moving on into the second workout, overhead squats and chest to bars. My first bullet point is just stay tough. This is the part of the workout that I think is the biggest gut check. You've already went through a tough 3-minute AMRAP. There's only a 2-minute rest. Most people aren't going to be fully recovered, but the movements are such that you could still move, and they're not really limited by gymnastics like the last one that has the muscle up. So be mentally disciplined to push yourself as hard as possible there. Second would be consider quick rest breaks in both movements. So for an elite, you might not have the opportunity to take a rest break and still put up an elite score, but for everybody else, either the overhead squats or the combination of overhead squats and chest to bars, or just the chest to bars, are going to be a bottleneck in this workout. So instead of thinking of it like a sprint style workout, maybe going 8-7 with a quick break, then a quick transition 5-5-5 on the chest to bars will actually yield you the ability to keep moving through the workout. So consider quick breaks there as an alternative of going unbroken with a really long transition, and that really just doesn't play out the way that you would want to if you put up a good score, like we talked about when we saw Stefan do the demo. The final one, thrusters, bar muscle ups. The first point is unbroken thrusters. We watched in the demo him take a break in that. I don't really think that it plays out for you. I think if you do them unbroken and then you're going to bar muscle ups, there's still going to be kind of a slower transition there anyway. So if you take a break in the thrusters, I feel like you're just adding 2 breaks in a really short workout that's going to be very heavily limited by the muscle up. So I think unbroken thrusters, and if you are somebody that can do the muscle ups quickly, I think it's unbroken thrusters in the second set as well, because those reps are super valuable. So for everybody, I would say try to push for unbroken thrusters. Then break the bar muscle ups by feel. If you're great at bar muscle ups, maybe you can do them unbroken or 8-7 or 5-5-5. If not, you're just going to have to make sure that you stay away from your failure threshold and keep the breaks as quick as you possibly can. My final note about the workout is really about the rest intervals. So these interval workouts have come up now more in the open and more in training sessions, and we've seen them at the games now. And I believe that resting in the middle of a very intense thing is a skill. Now, that means that you can focus on your breathing, making sure that you're at the bar ready to go for the next interval and you're getting centered and ready to actually push yourself. And each person's going to have a little bit of a different process, but my encouragement to you is to be purposeful in that recovery time. Make sure that you are recovering to the maximum ability in there, whether that's an active recovery of you pacing around and moving, or maybe doing some air squats, whether it's you closing your eyes and doing some form of meditative breathing, whether it's putting a box somewhere next to you and sitting down. Whatever it is, make sure that it's purposeful so you're optimizing your recovery after that first interval, so that way you can push it hard in the second one, and again be purposeful in that rest break between before you move to the third one, so that way you can push as much as possible. That is all we've got for TD 164. Good luck. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Get yourself more fit.
It was hard.
It was hard. It was hard. It was good, man. It was good, man. It was good, man. That's about it, though. It's a wrap, you know what I'm saying? Your boy Project Pata in this thing, man. Hey, look, man. Thank y'all for watching Training Think Tank's YouTube channel. Y'all hit that motherfucking subscribe button, you know what I'm saying? So y'all go ahead, man. Thank y'all for watching the channel, you know what I'm saying? Hit that motherfucking subscribe button. Let it be known, let it be known, let it be known, you know what I'm saying? Pata.